There we go. Hello, all my merrymakers. I am Becca, and welcome to All the Things Thursday. To all my oldies and goodies, thank you so much for coming back and looking at my videos and hopefully liking them. To anybody new here, welcome. All the Things Thursday is my weekly video where I talk about all the things that I've been working on. Got a few things that I want to show you, and I'm quite excited. Alright, so, the first thing I'm going to show you is the Miller Granny Square blanket. I have finished all the squares, and I have joined them all together. But as you can see, I still have ends to weave in. So it's not officially finished yet. That being said, I have plenty of leftover yarn, and I like to make a hat after I make a blanket if I have leftover enough yarn to do it. Just so it's goes hand in hand. Anyway, I have started on the hat. Now this is gonna be like a swirly type hat. I have inspiration from, I almost forgot to turn down the light, this pattern. I have not bought this pattern. I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn up the light just a little bit. I'm inspired by this pattern. So to me, it's like, okay, I like the way it swirls. And when I looked at it, I'm like, well, that's just crocheting on the bias. And I can do that. I don't need to spend $9 to for somebody to tell me how to crochet on the bias. So I've also got a neat idea on how to do the band to make it look like an ice cream cone, because I don't know, when I see this makes me think of ice cream. I don't know why. We are still in a holding pattern. Yes, that's what I said. Okay. On this blanket, because the blue yarn that was supposed to arrive on Monday got delayed for some reason, and now says it won't arrive until this upcoming Monday at the earliest. So, that being said, I think I put a few more rows on this blanket. I'm trying to figure out which ones. Okay. So when we had met last time, we had just added this line. And now I've got a few more lines. And as you can tell, I've kind of been bouncing around a little bit from project to project. As I have a tendency to do, as I think we all have a tendency to do. And that stitch marker just slipped out of that. And then, because, what I've been working on at home has been blankets, I have needed a new travel project. Now, before I had talked about making it the Care Bear, but I think that just needs a little too much attention for that to be a real travel project, especially since it's a pattern that I've not done before. So I picked up an old whip. This sock needs its sister. I finally started it. Now, these are not the original needles that I knitted with, because the original needles that I knitted with were double points and they had started to bend. That being said, though, when I'm comparing sizes here, like I think I got my gauge almost right on to where they're, like, the first one might be a little bit bigger, maybe just by a smidgen, by a scotch. I had contemplated redoing this sock, but since I've already redone this sock before, I really don't want to do that, even though this ribbing doesn't look great to me. It is a 1x1 rib, which is nice and stretchy, but like both sides you can see where the needle, you have that run, that ladder, and maybe, I don't know, I just haven't gotten far enough on this sock, but I'm not seeing a ladder. So I don't know. The thought is definitely there. But I definitely, I want to get through these whips. I want them to be finished objects, you know. When I have my free time, this is what I like to do. So, but I also like to finish. I actually had a thought today about a potential project, which I'm not sure it's 100% feasible. I would like to make a amigurumi of a VW Beetle. For my husband. Now, whether or not I would be able to make it in time for this anniversary or not, I think the answer is no. Because what I would really like to do is, if I can, make it half yellow and half blue. Because my favorite color is yellow, and his favorite color is blue. And we've just kind of adapted, like, this whole thing about VW Beetles, whether we're talking old school. And I thought I had grabbed, in case you don't know, this is a VW Beetle. This is Herbie, the original love bug, which is what we say love bugs, and we get points, and we give kisses, and it's cute, and I'm sure for those of you who don't have an SO, it's nauseating. But there's a lot of curves here, but also a lot of distinct features. Now, I did a Google search online, and most of the pictures looked too good. And I'm sure a lot of you are having this issue too, where you're like, well, is that real or is that AI? And it's really hard to be like, you want to be wise, but you also want to support your fellow crafters. So I did find one that I thought was real. Like, look at the picture on that one. That is way too detailed, in my opinion. That does not look real. That looks 100% AI to me. Versus, where's the one that I actually found? Ah, here it is. Versus this one. This one looks like it was crocheted. And it looks a little wonky, but it looks like it was actually crocheted. So again, it's just like, okay, how do we get these features without it looking like, I'm sorry to the person who designed this, but a reject ball cap? I think the best answer is to make it in pieces and then sew those pieces together. Because again, like, it's roundish, in some places, and not it. It's hard. It's hard to make this in real life. So, um, that's all I have to talk about today. Um, I am thinking about, even though I said it was only going to be bi-weekly, I am thinking about posting another start stitching, because I was literally falling asleep thinking about all the different start stitching videos that I could make, and there's a lot that I can show you guys, but I don't want to burn out, and I don't want to burn you guys out, so I don't know. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you give it a like. And even if that's all you do, I appreciate it. Feel free to comment down below. It helps my analytics. Plus, I really like hearing from you guys. If you're not a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing. I have a lot of yarny content. Plus, you might do well to hit that notification bell. If you really like my channel and would like to help it grow, share this video with everyone you know. In the meantime, make what makes you merry. Ciao!